Go. And again, welcome to the Partner of Powership and Partnership, Power of Partnership. Welcome to the Indoor Environments and Lowe's Partner Program for the Lowe's Pro program. Today, my name is Nicole from Indoor Environments. We have with me Holly Tabano, also with Indoor Environments staff. And our presenters are Angie Kramer and Jim Chaves, the powerhouse behind this program and our partnership from Lowe's. And they are going to take the stage and walk us through all of the components in the Lowe's Pro program. If you are a pro already, if you're a DIY, if you are not and are curious, and then how to convert accounts or onboard a new account and get the best savings that you can using the Lowe's Pro and AARST partner program. So I shall turn off my camera, my vision, and I will turn everything over to Jim and Angie. And everyone is muted and your cameras are off. We will have a Q&A after. So if you know where the Q&A is on your Zoom, please feel free to stick a question in there or chat, but Q&A for sure. We'll be monitoring the Q&As and we'll reach out at the end and make sure they're covered. If you can't do that, please raise your hand in Zoom and we'll get to it as we're going through the questions at the end. So again, thank you very much. Thank you for being here. And I will turn it over to you guys.
Thank you. So can you guys see me on my camera?
You're good, Ange.
Okay, perfect,
Yes.
Perfect, guys. All right, so team, so first and foremost, you're probably wondering why I'm sitting in my car. So I want to apologize. I flew in from New York today. My plane was delayed. Should have been here early this morning. So I'm actually joining from my car. So I'm going to be on my camera for just a short period, and then I'm going to be presenting with Jim. But my name is Angie Kramer, and I'm one of the customer onboarding consultants for Lowe's. And my team has been working with Nicole and Holly over the past month, really to bring this program together for you all. And the purpose of today's call is to bring visibility into this partnership details. We're going to go through some of those program benefits, show you your support team, and show you how to register and take full advantage of this program. Also on this call today, we've got Jim Chaves. He is your strategic account manager. And we are going to be walking through this together. At the end of the call today, I'm going to be sending out some resource guides to include this PowerPoint presentation, as well as a one-page resource document. I'll get that sent over to Holly and Nicole, and they will distribute that to you guys. And then, like I said, we're going to open it up for some Q&A at the end of the call. So, Jim, do you want to say a couple words?
Yeah, so my name is Jim Chaves. I am on the national account team. My vertical really is rough trades and infrastructure type accounts. I help build the bus and put the platforms together with the help of my teams like Andy over here for customer onboarding and other ePro teams. And then I collaborate with the GPOs. In this case, we're talking about Holly and Nicole and Diane, and we put things together for members. I think the most poignant thing I want to call out is that, look, AARST, or Indoor Environmental, has done all the heavy lifting already to put the partnership into play, and then it's our team that builds the play. And that's what we're showcasing for you today, is the value that your GPO is driving for you as members, the things that they've gone to bat for to build for you. So that's why we're here.
Awesome. Thank you. All right. So we'll go ahead and we'll get started. So we'll go ahead and to the next slide, please.
Hold on a second. There we go.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. All right. So what we're going to cover today for our agenda. So we're going to go through who we are and what we do. We're going to touch base on your support team. And then we're going to go through those value propositions, you know, what we bring to the table. And then the fun and exciting stuff, the national program benefits. So we're going to give you all the details on this partnership and those benefits that come along with it. And then we're going to walk you through how to register. So if you're brand new, never created a Lowe's.com, we're going to show you how to do that and register and take full advantage of the program. Then we're going to go through, if you already have a Lowe's.com, what it looks like to register and tie into the IEA Lowe's program as an existing pro. And then we're also going to walk through the conversion if you have a Lowe's.com, create it as a DIY. And then we're going to go through some key takeaways, what's next, and Q&A. All right, next slide, please. All right, so by partnering with Lowe's, your membership with IEA is an investment in your success. So with the Lowe's program, we are bringing you an extensive product assortment and program offerings. And then by partnering with me and the customer onboarding team, you're really going to be perfectly positioned to register and take full advantage of this amazing national account program. Next slide, please. All right, Jim, I'm going to go ahead and turn this one over to you to walk through IEA support team.
All right, perfect. So basically, you do have the AARST or the IEA team, as well as myself to support you. We are here to help connect the dots, whether it's a scenario where the online.com team needs to support you for an order or maybe a profile adjustment. Loop us in, we'll help you get connected to the right people for support.
Thank you, Jim.
Yeah.
Next slide. All right, so let's go through some of those value propositions. Most of you are familiar with Lowe's, but we would just want to bring some visibility around this. So, you're going to gain access to 40,000 plus tools and building supplies, at your local Lowe's stores. So with those extended nights, hours, including nights and weekends, and 1,700 retail locations, if you're working late, an emergency happens and you need to get some supplies or tools, you'll be able to get that done. And then we're opening up online access to 2 million plus products. So if there's something that you don't see in the store, chances are you're going to be able to find it, on the .com platform. And then we've got special pricing on contractor packs and volume purchases that we're going to touch base later along in the presentation. And then you've got that local pro support. So team, if you're not using or utilizing your local in-store pro desk teams, okay, I strongly encourage building a relationship with them at the desk, stopping in and introducing yourself. They are a great tool to have and a resource to really help you guys in anything that you may need that comes along the way. All right, next slide. All right, so now we're going to talk about the national program. We're going to go through some of the benefits. This is the really exciting part of it that I always enjoy doing. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to kick this one over to Jim, and he's going to walk you through that.
Perfect. Thanks, Ange. So look, I think the biggest thing to remember here is that this is an online play, right? We've got at the corporate level of Lowe's, we've implemented something that is scalable and repeatable, and it's embedded online. So you've got to use the online platform, and MVP is the tool that our pro customers interface with Lowe's so that they're not seen as a DIY customer, but have access to business tools. So you've got to be on MVP to get access to all the things that we're rolling out for you today, right? Bullet point number one is the AARST, or Indoor Environmental's pricing platform that we have snapped into the online portal, is a 5 to 15% variable pricing discount for online purchases, okay? The next bullet point here really covers what we're offering as an additional layer of savings through the quote tool. In the stores, you'll probably be familiar to it as VSP, Volume Savings Program, and that allows you to get additional discounts based on the profitability of the items and the quantities that you're purchasing. And again, the threshold to get access into that system is $1,500 or above. I will call out, usually larger orders will incentivize the triggers to get deeper into the discounts, depending on how much profit there is on the item. So keep that in mind. We'll get into more of the quote tool when we get to the next couple slides down the line here. The next bullet point really is the MVP loyalty program. Think of it like miles or airline miles. The system is built to track your purchasing based on your payment types, right? You can only see what you're allowing it to see. So all of that's controlled in the digital wallet. We're going to go through that in the following slides. But also the MVP platform has an additional component of it. So if you're buying liquid coatings and paints, primers, there's an additional rebate, an e-rebate that gets kicked out in the digital form into the digital wallet. That's a piece of this reward program. And then contractor pack savings. Angie had mentioned that it's sometimes referred to as JLQ, job lot quantity. The system is designed with merchant support to identify specific pack counts in order for it to engage automatically for JLQ pricing or job lot quantity pricing. And those are automated triggers. A pallet of concrete might be 56 pieces on a pallet. A pro hitting 56 will automatically engage the register to hit that discounted pricing. You'll see it's like pro pricing, with so many pieces. That's what we call contractor pack pricing. And then also, one of the best benefits I think you can't overlook is a $20 delivery. If you can get somebody in a truck to go run to the store and go pick up the product and then take it to the job site for 20 bucks, good luck, I'm waiting. It's an incredible incentive and value if you're proactive and engage with the business. This is a great tool. Let Lowe's do the delivery on this, especially if it's a replenishment to one of your office sites, right, or where you're keeping the product for your jobs. Next slide. All right, so this goes into the MVP rewards. I kind of touched on that a second ago. Gift cards are stored in the digital wallet, and you'll see that the breakdown here for MVP has 3 different levels. Really, you've got the silver level, which engages between $2,500 and $9,999. That gives you a 1% return in e-gift certificates in that digital wallet. The gold level starts at $10,000 and it goes up to $24,999. As soon as you exceed the $25,000 in an annual year, it kicks out a 1.5% digital return for your certificates. In addition to that, snacks, drinks, based on which membership level you are. I think the platinum gets 3 drinks and snacks per month. Gold gets 2, and then silver is a single one. And then the last line that's carved out here is bonus points. So as an MVP member, you'll typically get some flyers or literature when things are going on promo, right? Trash bags might be on promo, or brute trash cans might be on promo for our date range. These bonus point items will sometimes be offering you 3 times as many points during those promos. So when you see those promos, if it's time to stock up, you'll earn extra bonus points because you're buying them within those promo timelines that marketing has kicked out. So next slide. Perfect. Paint rewards, touched on this earlier. So the paint reward system is also rewarded on a dollar scale, right? So the first level is a 10% return on all liquids. We're talking primers, interior and exterior paints. And that ranges from $1,000 to $2,999, significantly lower than what the competition offers. So we're giving you more rewards faster, sooner, and quicker. Did I say quacker? Faster and quicker. And then 15% is when you hit that $3,000 threshold up to $4,999. And then you start earning 20% back. Think about that. 20% of your pricing for paint gets rewarded back to you in the form of digital certificates that you can use online or in our stores, right? So, and that's on $5,000 of liquid spend or above. Next slide. All right, kind of touched on this. We're going to show you this when we get into the tool a little bit further, but this is the VSP Platform Volume Savings Program. You do need to have $1,500 in materials to qualify to get access into the system. Every pro desk has access to VSP, right? And that's pre-tax. It doesn't include delivery or any service charges on the order. It's material. So $1,500. Orders of $1,500 will be qualified to be reviewed by VSP. The results are going to be different based on what the profitability is of the item. So if you've got a lot of lumber, you might see, 5%, you might see 2%. It depends on what the profitability is on the item. Lumber tends to have like 12%. I think the important thing to note is the next bullet point here is a mixed cart. The dollar is what triggers the eligibility to get into VSP for review. But let's say you have, I don't know, $800 worth of, sticks and bricks, right? Low margin, low profit, probably not going to see a significant in return. But flooring has high margin, right? Because it's on the same order, the lumber is going to get it eligible for review, but the flooring is going to get more of the discount. So think of it that way. So a combination of items is typically what drives that discount, but higher margin items will receive a bigger discount, and the more you buy of those items, the bigger discount you'll see. So think of it that way. And then single item, large quantity purchases. Those of you that are out there buying bulk pipe, like foam core pipe, which maybe you're buying 3 weeks worth, keep it on hand for the cruise. Those you're likely to see significant savings using this platform because it's high margin. It's plastics, right? Petroleum products tend to have a lot of profitability in them. And using that VSP platform is what allows our merchants the ability to give you a kickback as a pro for buying in bulk, right? And this applies to orders that are online, in a store, via fax, or to email to a pro desk, right? There isn't a difference in what the online system will do versus what the store can do. And we'll kind of cover that when we get into that slide. And then the last bullet point is a call out to the contractor packs that I mentioned earlier for JLQ, job lot quantity items. There's about 3,000 product mixes. You can even find them on Lowe's.com. I think it's called Pro Packs or Contractor Pack at the top right, or Pro Savings. And it shows you all those items that have JLQ triggers on those. So those item numbers are triggered by quantities to get additional instant savings at a register. Next slide. Quote to cart for VSP. This is a really cool update that we got. So the quote to cart feature allows people to start building a cart. And I don't know if you're like me, but I'm constantly throwing things in a cart to see what my dollar is, so I have enough to get to that discount. So I'll build a quote out in advance, but you can see the pre-total of the cart before you check out. And if you're seeing that you're breaching that $1,500 mark, there's a button that we put there, so you don't have to rebuild it as a quote. You can just push the cart into the quote tool, give it a quote name. So you can say Mrs. Smith Basement, and then it will save it as that quote. And then you can review the quoted pricing because now you've hit that threshold. So leverage that button so you don't have to rebuild stuff. We made it easy so you can just remove the friction points and go, right? That's what we like about this tool. And the other thing I want to call out is that our system is built on Google Cloud Networks. So the benefit to that is that if you're on a desktop and you sign out or you leave, you can literally pick up your mobile device, signed in, and all of the things will be the same. The things you have in the cart, your shops, your shopping list, your catalogs, your orders, all that stuff. Accessibility is the same, virtually the same on both platforms. All right, next slide.
Awesome. Thank you, Jim. I'm going to take over from here now. All right. All right, team. So Jim covered a lot of great benefits, as part of that program. So now I'm going to walk you guys through kind of what that looks like to register. So like I mentioned, you're going to be receiving a one-page resource document. So as you can see on the right-hand side, that's what that one-page resource document will be. So this is registering for the Lowe's Savings and Loyalty Program through IEA to tie into the IEA benefits, okay? So we've got 3 separate steps depending on where you fall into this bucket. All right, so if you're brand new to Lowe's.com, never created a Lowe's.com, you're going to follow the steps for the new account setup. All right. Then if you look below that, if you're an existing Lowe's.com, so you've got a login with your email address that you go in and you shop on Lowe's.com, you need to determine if you are a DIY or you are a pro. And we've put pictures of what it looks like when you log into your Lowe's.com that you currently have. So you're going to look for either the Lowe's Pro logo or just the regular Lowe's logo. Depending on which logo you have, you're going to follow those steps to tie in and convert over to the IEA program. All right. And then we've created a short code, which is what's called your Pro ID, that pulls you into that program. All right. And that is the AARST 100. So it is zeros. It's not a letter. And that will all be on that one-page resource document that we're going to be sending out later today. All right, next slide. All right, so now we're going to walk you through what it looks like to register if you're brand new, never created a Lowe's.com. All right, so bear with me. I'm reading this from a little tiny screen. Okay, next slide. All right, so we have created, and like I said, this is on that one-page resource document as well. So there is a link that you're going to click on to register under the IEA, and this is if you're brand new. So you're going to click on that link first, and then next slide. And then it's going to pop up personal account or Lowe's MVP business account. Really important to pick the one on the right. So you're going to click on the box Lowe's MVP business account, and then you're going to click the blue box that says create your account. Next slide. All right, from here, you're going to enter in your business email address and click continue. Next slide. All right, this is where you're going to click on join an existing account. And that's where you're going to enter in that Pro ID or that short code that I talked about. And just remember that it is 100, the 0 represents 0. So that's AARST 100. You would type in that box and you would click join. And then from there, just kind of a checks and balances. It will say, you know, AARST GPO. So just confirm that you're joining and it is correct. You're going to fill in your industry, your name, phone number, home office address, and create that password and click create account. Easy peasy. All right. And then the last and final step on any registration is ensuring that you get those payment methods in. All right. So Jim talked about all these wonderful benefits that you get through this program. But until you have a payment method into your wallet, it's not going to track anything. So you want to ensure that you do this step. So you're going to click add a payment method. And this is in order to take advantage of that MVP program, you must register your payment methods. All right, next slide. All right. And then from here, this is where you're going to click on the left to add a single card, where you're going to go in and you're just going to enter that credit card number, and you can put a nickname on it. And then it's going to actually, once you get that in there, that entire credit card number is not going to be visible to you or anybody else. It encrypts that number so no one sees that. And then it'll start tracking. Now, if you have a company that maybe has more than 10 field buyers, you can do the bulk upload tool. This feature will really help you with automatic receipt tracking. All right, so any card that you have in there, you're going to be able to see all the transactions both in store and online. All right, so for the online purchases, but now the cards need to be added into everyone's wallet individually if they're joining, but you'll be able to see all those transactions as well. All right, next slide. And then this is just kind of that view of what that multiple card bulk upload looks like. So if you have 10 plus cards, you want to upload them all at one time, you'll be able to see that and do that here. All right, next slide. Okay, so now we're going to walk through the steps if you already have a Lowe's.com and you're registered under a Lowe's Pro versus the DIY. Next slide. So you're going to go to Lowe's.com and sign in with your existing Lowe's.com email and password. Next slide. All right, so once you are signed in to Lowe's.com using the same web browser where you're signed into your account, you're going to insert this link that we have here and press the enter button, on your keyboard. Next slide. And then it's going to automatically populate you to your organizational settings where you'll be able to tie in that Pro ID that we talked about, which is AARST 100. You're going to put that in there under organizational information, and you're going to go ahead and click join the GPO. That's where it's going to pull in those benefits into your existing Lowe's Pro. All right, next slide. And then a little different here for entering payments when you are already existing So your little people person to the right of your search bar is your menu option. All right. So you're going to click on your name and then you're going to go in and click on wallet. Next slide. And then you're going to scroll down and click on payment methods. Next slide. And then once again, this looks the same as the other steps earlier. You're going to add a single card, or if you have multiple cards, you can do a bulk upload. Next slide. And then this is that view of the bulk upload. This is how you're going to be able to track those field buyers who maybe don't purchase online and they're just going in the store. You know, loading those field P cards ensures the MVP system is earning those rewards on everybody purchasing for your company. All right. So it's really important that you get everyone's cards in there, whether they shop online or in store. It's going to track both purchases. All right. Next slide. So now we're going to walk through what it looks like on the DIY conversion. So if you already have an existing Lowe's.com and you log in and you just see that Lowe's logo. All right, next slide. So we have a link that you're going to click on, and this will also be in that one-page resource document, or you can go back through the presentation, but you're going to click on the link that we've provided to convert over to the IEA program. And then you're going to click convert. Next slide. And then you're going to go ahead and sign in with your existing Lowe's.com email and password. Next slide. From there, you're going to select join an existing organization. And that's where you're going to enter in that Pro ID AARST 100. And then you're going to click on convert account. Next slide. And then once again, you're going to click on your people person and go to your menu option and click on your name and then wallet. Next slide. And then you're going to click on your payment methods. Next slide. And then once again, if you have just a single card, you would click add new card. And then for multiple cards, you would add the multiple cards. Next slide. And then this is your bulk upload. If you have those multiple cards, you would just download and upload the template and get those credit card numbers in there. And then, like I said, once they're in there, they scramble the numbers. They're encrypted. You won't see them. And Lowe's doesn't see them. It's a very secure area. All right, next slide. Okay, so some key takeaways. So, you know, if you're brand new, never created Lowe's.com, you're going to utilize the URL link to join on the one-page resource document. And then existing DIY and Pro MVP, you want to utilize the separate links that we have for those, but you want to identify which one you are first. So if you're unsure, just first thing you need to do is just log into your Lowe's.com and then look at that if it's Lowe's or Lowe's Pro. Once you determine that, then you'll follow the steps on the guide that we're sending out. And then so important, after you get all that done, to enter in those payment methods so you can start earning rewards. You know, Jim talked about, you know, the different tiers based on your registered spend, all right? That paint program that can get you up to 20% back in the form of those e-gift cards. Without that being in there, we have no way of tracking that for you to earn those rewards. And then in addition to that, you know, if you need to go back and you need to find a receipt from 6 months ago, or maybe even 2 years ago, it's going to be able to pull all those transactions in for you. And it's going to go back 2 years, and you're going to be able to search, you know, by job name, PO name, and you can actually see that information in there. All right, next slide. All right, so what's next? So like I said earlier, we're going to be finalizing and sending some resource guides out to you guys to include this PowerPoint presentation and that one-page resource guide. And then what I want you guys to know, there is an appendix section that we have in here as well with some additional slides. And we've got some great information in here for you guys to view, on your own time. Just some guides to helping you how to shop online, how to create, how to add users to your account, how to track your purchases. We've got all of that stuff in here in the appendix section. It's great information, and it really gives you a good walkthrough of all the resources that are available on the Lowes.com once you create that. Okay, so I'm going to pause. That is the end of the presentation, and we would like to open it up for some questions. Jim, can you see whose hand's up?
My hand.
So there is one question and answer from Maria. One question. She's not understanding the additional benefit for the AARST organization versus her existing pro account.
Great question. So look, AARST has done all the fighting and arm wrestling with me. In fact, I had Holly and Nicole telling me, hey, they want better, they want better, they want better. They did all the fighting for you, right? So you already have a pro ID or an MVP account. That's perfect. You're halfway already there. All we got to do is snap the AARST platform to your portfolio, and you'll get all the benefits that they did all the fighting for you for. Okay. So that's what these processes will have. So we'll have that deck sent out to you. So you'll have the ability to connect to the AARST, so that special pricing cascades over to your MVP. Okay, that's the benefit to it. One call out I did want to mention is, look, as the business operator or the business manager or the business owner, you only need one MVP for your business. Okay, every additional buyer or admin that you add can be done through your login. You just start the platform to create the business MVP for your location, and then you can add additional buyers. You can change them to admin, maybe an office manager, to moderate additional buyers that need access to purchasing. Literally, you only need one MVP for your business location. Okay.
Great. Thank you, Jim. Thank you, Maria. Let's see if we have any hands up. I did want to mention that we have a QR code in the chat that will connect you right to the members area, that you can gain access to what Angie and Jim are presented today once we download it and upload it into the members area. But the codes are there currently. It just will have the slide deck and the explainer guide like Angie's been talking about. Any other questions? Any additional thoughts, Jim?
I think we covered. I think this is a good course. I hope you guys got value out of this. I hope you did. We do presentations for other clients. This was more tuned to the customer base, right? Your members. I think it's important to know, like, there's going to be test kits that your members are going to be purchasing from. If you're buying it in the store one at a time, you're probably going to be paying shelf price. But if you're buying it online, you're going to get a discounted price. So use the platform. Why not? Like, I don't pass up free money.
That's great. I want to make sure I turn Diane back on also. How do I get that? Diane, can you unmute yourself?
Yes, I can.
Oh, okay.
I wanted to just thank Jim and Angie for their time today. They've been very helpful in coordinating this effort, and it's a new program that we're offering, and certainly seems to be very beneficial from the feedback we've initially received. So I want to thank them for their time today, and I'm sure Jim, as usual, is generally available for questions as they develop.
And I would just like to second that. I will say I love this program. You know, I recently moved and I was even able to use it for a washer and dryer, you know, and which is a big expense. So it was great to be able to use it for personal things, you know, work items. So don't forget, you can also use it outside of just your work stuff because it was a great discount, let me tell you. So thank you for having this program and working with us.
The benefit of being a tester.
Yeah, well, it's our members. It's a benefit for members. So
Yep.
there you go.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. I want to thank you, Holly, Nicole, and Diane. You know, great partnership. So, you know, I've been working with Jim for quite a while now, with several customers, and you know, the partnership that you guys have is phenomenal, and we really appreciate that. That's a true partnership. So, I just want to thank you all, and you know, we're here to support you. So you're in great hands with Jim. He's phenomenal as a strategic account manager. So looking forward to continued success with you guys.
Absolutely.
That's
Thank
great.
you.
Thank you all very much. Thank you, Angie. It was a challenge to get you to where you are, to be able to demo today with the airline things and so forth,
I'm
but
telling you, if she hasn't
amazing,
jumped through hoops for you, I don't know.
amazing.
Well, I'll be sending you guys out here, you know, shortly. Holly, Nicole, and Jim, I'll copy you on that. So you guys will have the PDF versions to give out to everybody on the call today. I'm about 20-30 minutes from my home. And as soon as I get there, I'll get that email sent out to you guys, and really appreciate this again. Thank you very much.
Angie, thank you. Thank you and your team so much. Jim, thank you so much. Everyone that's on the call listening today, thank you for your physical presence, and it will be recorded and placed on the members area for future reference for you and your team. So, all right.
Thank you, everyone.
Have a great weekend.
Thank you again. Have a good weekend, everybody. Thank you, Jim.